In a world that often seems to reward the ruthless, you gotta wonder, is being a good person a strategic disadvantage? So today, we're asking a pretty tough question. What's the real point of integrity when it looks like taking shortcuts pays off? Let's find out if the high road is truly the path to strength.
I mean, this is the question at the very heart of it all, isn't it? It's something I think a lot of us grapple with. You see people bend the rules and just get ahead. They get the promotion, they close the deal, they win the argument using some questionable tactics. And it leaves you wondering, are my own principles actually holding me back? And this warning from Nietzsche really sets the stage perfectly. It's this powerful reminder that in all our fights and all our ambitions, the biggest risk isn't just losing, it's losing ourselves in the process. So this whole conversation is really about protecting our character, especially when it's being tested.
So here's how we're going to tackle this. We'll start with that core dilemma. Then we'll define what integrity really is. From there, we'll see how it holds up under pressure, explore its surprising link to kindness, uncover the real payoff, and finally, we'll look at how to actually put all of this into practice. Okay, let's dive right into section 1 and address the elephant in the room. Why does taking the high road so often feel like taking the harder, longer, uphill road? Right, and this isn't just some vague feeling. For a lot of us, it's a frustrating observation. We see it play out in business and politics, sometimes even in our own lives. And this perception creates a real tension. It makes people wonder if holding on to strong values is actually a disadvantage in the world today. It forces us to ask a really uncomfortable question. Is it just naive to be good? To really get the value of integrity, we first need to get crystal clear on what we're even talking about, because it's so much more than just a corporate buzzword. It's fundamental to who we are.
Okay, the key words here are whole and undivided. That's the real aha moment in this definition. See, integrity isn't just about being honest when it's easy or when someone's watching. It's about a deep consistency between what you believe and what you do. It's about having that internal moral compass that guides you, so your public self and your private self, well, they're the same person.
So this brings us to two kind of competing views on why integrity matters. The game theory way of looking at it is super practical, almost transactional. It basically says integrity is useful because it builds a trustworthy reputation, which helps you in the long run. It answers the question, what's in it for me? But then you have Plato's view, which is more transformational. It argues that integrity is the goal itself. The reward isn't what you get from other people, it's about who you become. It answers the question, who am I?
And this really gets to the heart of it. While, yeah, a good reputation is a nice bonus, the real prize here is purely internal. It's about getting to a place of profound self-worth and inner peace that you just can't buy or win from the outside world. It's that quiet confidence you feel when you're living in a way that truly aligns with your deepest values.
Okay, so how does this inner compass actually guide us when we're faced with real-world challenges? This is where the theory gets real and our values are truly put to the test.
This is where the rubber meets the road. Taking the high road is the active practice of choosing your principles when the pressure is on. It's about holding on to your standards when you're dealing with insults or unethical behavior or just intense conflict. Look, it's easy to be graceful when everything's going your way. Your real character comes out in how you choose to act when it's not. So here's a practical checklist of what that actually looks like. It's all about choosing not to fight fire with fire. Think about it. Someone insults you in a meeting. The easy gut reaction is to fire back. The high road is choosing to calmly address the issue, not the personal attack. It's about defending your position without tearing someone else down. And maybe the most powerful one, it's having the strength to forgive, which honestly is often more for your own peace of mind than for theirs. I love this quote because it makes such a vital point. Taking the high road is not weak, it's not passive. It's an act of profound strength, of fierce self-respect, and deep emotional maturity. It's you consciously choosing your own well-being over the quick, cheap thrill of getting even. It's realizing that true power lies in controlling your own conduct, not someone else's.
All right, so now let's see how our inner character actually translates to our impact on the world around us. If integrity is our internal engine, you could say that kindness is how that engine powers our interactions with other people. In a professional world, your integrity often shows up as authentic kindness. And let's be really clear here, this is not about being artificially nice or being a pushover. It's about genuine respect for other people. And it turns out this is an incredibly powerful business strategy. Real leadership starts with making your employees and your clients feel genuinely seen and valued. That is the absolute bedrock of any lasting professional relationship. When leaders act with kindness and integrity, it creates this amazing ripple effect. Your employees feel psychologically safe, they feel trusted, so they take more ownership and they innovate. When people feel like you're actually listening to them, collaboration just naturally gets better. And when your team feels valued, they're way more likely to give that amazing service that leads directly to higher customer loyalty and, yep, greater profits.
But the benefits aren't just professional or financial. The impact on our own well-being is huge. In fact, research shows there's a direct link between being kind and feeling good ourselves. A really significant number of people report a mental health boost from the simple act of being kind.
This is a really big deal. Over 6 out of 10 people feel a direct mental health benefit from being kind. Helping others can actually reduce our own stress, improve our mood, and give us a real sense of purpose. And here's the key. This creates a virtuous cycle. Doing good makes us feel good, which then makes us want to do more good. This personal benefit isn't separate from the professional one. It's the fuel that powers it. So let's circle all the way back to our original question and pull all of this together. What is the true, holistic payoff of a life lived with integrity? We've seen the philosophy, we've seen the practical benefits. Now, let's connect the dots. First and foremost, the internal rewards are just priceless. This is the stuff that no one can ever take away from you. You gain dignity, you build self-respect, you find a sense of inner peace and a clear conscience that lets you quite literally sleep better at night. You know who you are, and you can be proud of the person you see in the mirror. And these really powerful internal benefits, they naturally create powerful external results. Your inner integrity just radiates outward. It builds the deep trust that is absolutely essential for strong relationships, both in your personal and your professional life. It earns you genuine respect, it leads to better teamwork, fiercely loyal customers, and ultimately, sustainable growth in your career and your life.
Okay, so understanding all this is one thing, but the real question is, how do we actually do it? How do we cultivate these virtues in our daily lives? Because it's not about one big heroic moment. It's about a series of small, consistent choices we make every single day.
Here are 5 concrete things you can do. First, model the behavior you admire. Be the person you'd want to work with. Second, practice active listening, which means listening to understand, not just waiting for your turn to talk. And this next one's a big one. Learn to set boundaries with grace. That means you can say no firmly and kindly, protecting your own peace without creating a big drama. And finally, just make a habit of small, deliberate acts of kindness. They add up, and they can transform your world and the world around you.
Because ultimately, life is always going to present you with opportunities to lower your standards, to take the easier way out, to match negativity with more negativity. The low road is always there, tempting you with the promise of a short-term win. So the real question is, are you going to take the bait, or are you going to choose the road that leads to dignity, self-respect, and a lasting, unshakable peace? The choice, as always, is yours.